6 offenders jump out of a white work van on Germantown Avenue, and within seconds the entire corner turns into a gunfight. Another clip shows a shooter wearing purple latex gloves firing at a victim outside a grocery store, then appearing to struggle with his gun before running back toward a blue Hyundai Santa Fe. Some of these clips are too graphic to fully show on these platforms. The full uncut versions are on TopTrendReportTV.com, along with the full case file archive where I break down murder reports, gang indictments, surveillance footage, and deeper evidence connected to these cases. Outside a grocery store at 41st and Lancaster Avenue, a blue Hyundai Santa Fe slowly rolls into the area while a 34-year-old man stands near the storefront on July the 20th, 2022 at 6:40 p.m. The suspect steps out fully dressed in black balaclava, black hoodie, black sweatpants, purple latex gloves. The gloves immediately stand out because everything else on him blends into the dark clothing. He walks toward the storefront with a handgun already visible, closes the distance on the victim, and fires toward the victim's lower body, striking him in both legs outside the store. Then the footage catches something strange. Right after the shots, the suspect appears to struggle with the handgun like something malfunctioned. For a moment, it looks like he is trying to clear the weapon or reload before finally turning and running back toward the Hyundai Santa Fe. The SUV quickly leaves the area while the victim survives long enough to be transported to Penn Presbyterian Hospital. March 11th, 2022 brings the next shooting to 1900 East Washington Lane. A gray Nissan Maxima moving eastbound slows near a gold Ford Escape and suddenly stops in the roadway. 2 offenders wearing dark clothing and facial coverings jump out almost immediately. One moves toward the front side of the Ford Escape, while the second moves toward the rear area, trapping the occupants inside between both shooters. Then both open fire directly into the SUV. The attack happens fast, but the escape route is what really stands out in the footage. Instead of getting back into the Maxima, both shooters suddenly break off on foot and sprint through the breezeway of 1916 Washington Lane toward Mayland Street while the Nissan flees separately. The split escape makes the entire ambush look coordinated from the start. At Harbison Avenue and Comley Street, surveillance footage inside a convenience store reportedly captures a suspect moving around before the shooting begins. On March 25th, 2022, the suspect stands out because of the white stripes running down the sides of his pants. After the victim exits the store, the situation shifts outside near the doorway area. Police said the confrontation started as a failed robbery attempt before the suspect suddenly pulled out a handgun and fired multiple shots toward the victim. Even after being hit once, the victim still manages to drive away from the scene and flag down police officers a few blocks later. Police later said the suspect escaped in a blue Chevy Malibu with New Jersey tags. Near a local bar on North 27th Street, people are stepping outside during the early morning hours of March 15, 2022, when a black Honda Accord pulls into the area. Then 3 armed gunmen pile out. The shooters move aggressively toward the front of the bar and immediately begin firing toward people standing outside near the entrance. Patrons scatter across the sidewalk trying to escape while one victim is struck in the hip. Then the whole thing is over almost as fast as it started. The shooters run back toward the Honda Accord, jump inside, and disappear westbound on Huntington Street. March 7th, 2022 shifts the footage to the corner of Burks and Kroski, where a gray Lexus GX46 suddenly becomes part of another ambush. Before the SUV fully settles near the curb, passenger doors swing open and 2 masked gunmen jump out holding semi-automatic handguns. People standing on the corner immediately start running as the shooters fire multiple rounds toward the group. One victim is struck in both legs during the attack. After firing, the gunmen quickly retreat back into the Lexus and speed away southbound. Near 54th Street and Chester Avenue, the next case turns from a shooting investigation into a crash scene. Just before 8 p.m. on February 23, 2022, A stolen white Acura SUV races through the area before crashing violently into parked vehicles and a tractor trailer. Debris scatters across the street while smoke pours from the wrecked SUV. Then 3 males begin climbing out of the damaged vehicle. Instead of staying near the crash, they immediately run southbound on 54th Street before police can fully secure the scene. Investigators later recovered a semi-automatic handgun from inside the stolen Acura. The footage stands out because the crash completely changes the energy of the situation. The suspects cannot quietly leave anymore, so the shooting scene suddenly becomes a chaotic foot chase. Late on December 30th, 2021, a group stands outside near Germantown Avenue and Column Street while a white work van pulls alongside the corner. Then the side doors open. 6 offenders wearing dark clothing spill out and instantly begin firing toward the crowd. Within seconds, people scatter in every direction while several individuals on the corner begin returning fire toward the shooters. The intersection turns into a full gun battle. 5 male victims and 1 female victim are struck before the offenders rush back toward the van and flee westbound on Germantown Avenue. The van itself becomes one of the biggest details in the footage because it stands out so clearly on camera with a roof rack mounted on top and graffiti painted along the passenger side. This one almost looks fake or AI generated at first. I can't even show the full version on here because one of the guys gets hit while trying to run away. The final case starts completely differently from the others. No mask, no ambush, no suspects jumping out of a vehicle, just a traffic dispute near 21st Street and Market Street on October 29, 2021. After a collision, a driver approaches a woman's vehicle demanding money for the damage. At first, the interaction looks like a normal street argument. Then the situation suddenly escalates. As the woman returns to her vehicle while calling police, the suspect pulls out a handgun and fires directly into the front passenger wheel before fleeing the area. No injuries are reported, but the footage stands out because of how quickly a routine traffic situation becomes a shooting investigation. Across all of these clips, surveillance cameras capture moments that only take seconds to unfold. A shooter stepping out of a Hyundai wearing purple gloves, gunmen splitting around a Ford Escape before opening fire, a suspect waiting around inside a convenience store before a failed robbery turns violent, 3 shooters jumping from a Honda Accord outside a bar. For the clips that could not be fully shown here, the uncut versions are on TopTrendReportTV.com, along with the full surveillance archive and deeper case breakdowns connected to these investigations. Thanks for watching.